Good morning, YouTubers. This is your zip code Farik in the 92805 zip code on this sunny Saturday, January 11th, Southern California. And the zip code for the week, the Sudoku puzzle has spoken once again. This time we've broken our East Coast Texas streak and that we're now in the Midwest. The zip code is 46410 in the state of Indiana. A city, or excuse me, I should say rather a town known as Merrillville. It is the largest town in Indiana at 39,500 people approximately. I don't mean it's the largest municipality by any stretch, but what we would call an unincorporated area out here in Southern California, they call a town. Difference between a township and city. They don't have their own government, it's county government. City has city government and all that stuff. Anyway, Merrillville started out life in 1834 as a clearing in the forest. It's about 43 miles southeast of downtown Chicago, part of that city's metro. It's an exurb, like the city we talked about last week in Texas, but unlike that one, Chicago and Merrillville are in two different states. Merrillville was called Merrillville and a bunch of other places before it was finally officially named Town of Merrillville in 1971. And a lot of its growth came as a result of what's called white flight from Gary, which is just northeast of it. There's blacks that came from there as well, and also from the South Chicago suburbs, as Merrillville is now 45% African American. And it is considered to be, quote-unquote, downtown Northwest Indiana. The shopping, dining, entertainment venues are there. It's the center, the hub of all that in that area. And there are grumblings by people on the boards that I frequent on the internet that it's time to pack up and move. Merrillville has its boosters as well. But I'm afraid that Merrillville is going to turn to another Gary, where people just don't want to deal with what they consider problems, and they just leave. And that's it. I hope not. I looked around on the map, even at the areas very close to Gary, and they look like they're very well kept. Pride is there. People are taking care of things. There's that big old forest that I described right on the edge of one of these neighborhoods, very close to the south side of Gary. And, you know, we have freedom to do what we want in this country, but my hope and prayer is that for Merrillville, I know there's boosters, and there's also people that run things there that don't do a very good job, from what I'm told. Hope they get with it. And I hope those that are willing to use it as an entertainment hub are also willing to live there and stick with it in spite of everything. That's what happens when you're the popular girl in school. You have all sorts of issues, so to speak. Anyway, there have been a number of notable people that have come from Merrillville. Two of which are Mike Neal, who used to play for the Green Bay Packers as a football player, and Greg Popovich, who is a coach in the NBA as well. They both went to Merrillville High School. That's apparently where they started their sports experience. Mike Neal came from Gary, and Mr. Popovich came from East Chicago, both of which are pretty close to Merrillville. As for today, Merrillville's high of 32 and a low going down to the teens. Chance of snow tomorrow, high of 32, low of 18. And then it's supposed to be highs in the teens through midweek with lows in the single digits. Winter is in full swing here in Northwest Indiana. For those of you that want to take issue with anything I've said here, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, or if you want to add something to your knowledge of Merrillville here, feel free to do the same thing. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good week.